people you've never met and who may even be thousands of miles away, and literally see through their eyes so vividly that you can describe precisely what they're looking at. It's called remote viewing. And one of the world's finest exponents who's worked for people at NASA is sitting right over here, Joe McMoneagle. Thank you for coming this evening, Joe. Is it really possible to see through someone else's eyes or sense through their senses?
Actually, we're not sure exactly how it works, but it is possible to report on the position or place that they're located.
And how accurate is it?
Over a number of times, about 4,000 plus times that I've been tested in a lab under lab conditions, I'm running about 25 to 28% of the time I get to target.
And that's a very good success rate.
Yes, usually when I'm on the target, I'm around 85% correct on the information I provide.
Thank you. I'm going to come back to you in a moment. A few days ago, we set up an extremely detailed and complex experiment to test Joe's remote viewing capabilities. It was designed by scientists to ensure that he didn't have any inkling of it beforehand. Only one person in Britain knew the details, and to be extra safe, that person was sent miles away before the test began. Four sealed envelopes. Which one will he choose?
Number 4.
The die says number 4. The envelope contains the secret location for his part in this remote viewing experiment.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Joe McMoneagle is on his way to a specially prepared room monitored by security cameras, where he'll be locked away while he attempts to demonstrate his extraordinary ability. He'll never be out of sight of one of our cameras. For the first time for anyone actually involved in the experiment, the site of the remote viewing is now revealed. Joe's used to all the paraphernalia. He's been tested thousands of times by US government agencies under strict laboratory conditions.
Right. Okay. Is everything okay for you?
Oh, yes. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a minute to 10:15. We'll be starting in a minute.
Accurate timing is important. The person transmitting must be in precisely the right place when Joe starts his remote viewing.
The person who's out there at the site at the moment. And you never met him before, have you?
No, I've never met him before.
This is the only information that Joe gets. It's something to concentrate on.
Okay. First impression that I'm getting is of what I would call an inside corner. And there's two light-colored stripes on either side.
Shaw Taylor is on the north bank of the River Thames, opposite a dockside, a power station, and a railway bridge.
What I'm doing is I'm essentially, it's almost like tasting food. I'm just kind of reaching out there mentally and tasting things. I'm trying to concentrate on him and perceive what it is he's looking at. It's easy to get distracted and get information on a lot of other things in the area. I want to mix half circles with straight lines. My sense of it is some kind of a raised object, perhaps. It's starting to look a lot like a bridge, but I don't want to call it a bridge.
Okay.
I don't want to call it a bridge yet. Looks a lot like a bridge, but I don't know if this is a walkway or if this is actually a waterway. This could be water as well. I think the essential elements are vertical pillars or supports, somehow or another a going away perspective passes under this.
At this point, it's quite likely that he's stopped looking. That's what we asked him at this moment, so
Yeah.
we'll go with that then.
Go with number 4.
He's on his way to the location to see for himself how accurate he's been, and to meet Shaw Taylor for the first time.
My pleasure to greet Joe. Oh, Joe, good to see you.
Glad to meet you.
Good to see you. I feel I've been talking to you for the past half hour or so.
Hopefully you have.
The moment of truth.
Water, you've got water certainly.
Up here. Now, I tell you what is very interesting, because I know the bridge, and I was very much aware of trains passing over it.
Yeah.
So I must confess it is quite possible. I'm not trying to stretch it too...
I kept getting a great throughway with some kind of the arches or something at the end.
The incredible thing is that he could have described anything in London. A churchyard, a stadium, a park, a railway station, almost anything. But it was water and a bridge, just as Shaw could see it. Joe, you go and remote view something that somebody's seeing miles away, but I'm told that you can actually remote view something before they've decided where the location is.
Actually, you can. It doesn't matter. Time is immaterial to when you do the remote viewing or when the person's at the location.
So what you're doing is outside of time, then?
Outside of time, space, exactly.
Thanks very much, Joe McMoneagle. Well, what can you say after that? I hope you